Now, it's time to move on to our next segment and see which brand has what it takes to become the next big thing in the business world.
Today, in the next big thing, we'll be diving deeper into the world of travel and tourism. Joining us is Mr. Tripathi, Executive Chairman of Eco Hotels and Resorts Limited and Director of Easy Trip Planners Limited. Hi, Mr. Tripathi. Welcome to Kiska Brand Bajega Marketing All Stars.
Thank you.
Sir, you have played pivotal roles in shaping and leading the organizations. How do you approach brand building in the public sector and government, especially where the product is often intangible services and public trust?
Brand means credibility. Now, when you're working in the public sector or government, and if you're heading it, your credibility becomes important.
Right.
I mean, it's not only the services which you give to outsiders, it's the culture which you build in the organization so that when the person meets you or meets your subordinates, he gets the same feeling. The first thing you should understand that you are a bureaucrat. You can be called Commissioner of Income Tax. You can be called DM, collector. But end of the day, you are a public servant. Now that part, unfortunately, we have missed now. That we are public servants.
Right.
We are here to serve the public. So you have to be judicious. You have to be prompt. You have to mean each and every word which you speak. It has to be time-bound delivery. When you do all this, now it works both ways. An outsider becomes very happy. Sir, he is there. Very good, I'm sure. And your subordinates, they have to undergo a cultural change.
Correct.
Because they have to meet all this. Comes discipline. How do you run? It's again a brand. Creating an impression as a person that no, he means business.
Right.
As an individual, when I talk about a brand, it's a credibility. So this is where, as a bureaucrat, you build a brand.
Correct.
Yourself. So this is how government, public sector, brand, personal brand or credibility or whatever name you give is very, very important.
I'm sure, sir, this is very inspiring for our viewers. During your extensive tenure in the private sector, how have you leveraged your insights from your experiences that further helped you in building these brands? What strategies have you found most effective in aligning the brand image with consumer expectations?
See, when we talk about brand building, concept remains the same, whether you are in government or in a public sector or a private sector. Only difference is when in a private sector, especially when you work in a bigger organization, you are not directly responsible for building the brand.
Right.
But you play a very, very important role because, as I said, brand is not only spreading the name, is not advertisement, is not signboards put here and there, advertisement boards put here and there. So your understanding, your knowledge of the subject, your holistic approach, how much you know. You know only one part of it, or you know income tax also. You know GST also. You know how the law takes place, legal
Absolutely,
system.
yes.
So when you know so many things, you look at the problem, when you try to understand the problem, you understand the problem from all these perspectives. So therefore, and you have to be solution oriented. Ultimately, their private sector, everything revolves around delivery. Whatever work has been assigned to you, deliver.
Sir, can you share with us what strategies Ease My Trip has adopted to become a leading name in tours and travels industry, and that too in such a short span?
Now, Ease My Trip realized that print media has got limitations and it has to spread fast and wide. Therefore, it has to enter into sectors where publicity can be faster, quicker, where the number of audience is very, very large and big. And it realized that there are two mediums which are very, very important. One is a film, second is sports. So they have done a lot of work, a lot of associations, a lot of advertisements. So that's another part. And that is the reason why we have spread very, very fast. And today we have become a leading player in a very, very short span of time. Side by side, we also aligned ourselves with a national goal. So first thing was vocal for local. There's no foreign investment. Then, very recently we heard about Maldives and all.
Yes.
We are the first one to enter into the fray and say that we stop all booking to Maldives. So you are also active there. And if you are on the right path, it makes an impact. It created a a story everywhere, every paper, newspaper, they become a talk of a town.
Yeah.
So you have to capture that opportunity which comes to you, and you have to be very, very agile for that. So this is how Is My Trip has grown and grown faster, and it has become a name to reckon with today.
That's a very interesting way, sir, to keep India in the center across your marketing strategies. Sustainability and corporate responsibility are becoming increasingly important to consumers these days. That brings me to Eco Hotel. What is the USP of Eco Hotels? And since your company has entered into the hospitality sector recently, what are going to be your strategies and what will be the way going forward?
India Private Limited, which is a BSC listed company, is a part of Eco Hotels UK PLC, based in London. So we are global that way. Our ambitions are global. And what is bothering the world today is a global warming environment is playing a very, very important. In India also, you see, climate is changing. Things are changing. And therefore, we have decided to make our hotels net carbon zero hotels.
Okay.
Secondly, what is more important and which is going to be a game changer so far as the hospitality industry is concerned is our EBOT model, which is primarily a new built model, whereby only 10% of the construction work will be done on the ground and entire hotel rooms and all will be constructed in the factory. Now, when that is done, it becomes then we say we are manufacturing a hotel. Our product is 60% less carbon emitting.
As an entrepreneur with Eco Hotels and Resorts Limited, you have created a new brand from scratch, and that is commendable. Can you share the challenges that you must have faced in the process, and how do you differentiate your brand in the competitive hospitality industry?
See, our tagline is people, planet, and profit. When we say people, we want to be economical. We plan to put our pricing, price-wise, we will be a mid-segment hotel, but we want to match the luxury with 4-star hotels. Sometimes it may also match with 4 stars.
Interesting combination.
When I say planet, net carbon zero is going to be the key for us. The challenge is also human resource, where we have to build the DNA, eco DNA. Now, somebody who's working in the hotel industry for 20 years, 30 years, it's difficult to. We want to make hospitality the core. When I'm saying hospitality, the core means from top to bottom, a person who's working in my company is hospitable.
Correct. So looking ahead, how do you anticipate the travel industry will evolve in the coming years? And what innovations or consumer trends do you believe will shape the future of travel planning and booking?
Till yesterday, airport was a major means of communication. The second major means of communication was trains. They were well connected. Now with the development infrastructure, the roads, almost every city is being connected. The various corridors are being created. So I can see a transformation, a shift to smaller towns. The challenge is standardization. When you have got a 5-star and 4-star, by and large, the standards are defined. When you enter into a 3-star and 2-star, standards are not defined. We want to step in that place. We want to define standard. We want to say that Eco Hotel means this. So wherever you go, the moment you say the name Eco Hotels, be sure you get the standard which you are expecting. Now since we are connecting smaller hotels and various circuits are created, the taxis, helipads, air taxis, they are going to play a very, very important role because time is very, very limited.
Right.
In fact, let me also bring a fact here that Is My Trip has already become active in this. They've already entered into a joint venture something into air taxis and all. We have realized the value that tomorrow this is going to be a key feature of tours and travels industry.
Now finally, drawing from your rich experiences, what advice would you offer to our aspiring marketers and entrepreneurs who are embarking on the journey of crafting enduring identities for their ventures?
So the first thing is planning, and your planning has to be holistic. You have to think of all aspects of planning. It's not the name and spread of that name which will help you. It's a complete readiness. Your product should be ready. The quality consciousness. You have to take care of everything before you start working and going into the market. Now, your personal reputation is, again I said, because credibility is the key. Brand is a personality. It's a holistic subject. And if you don't take care of all this, today in today's world, which is very, very competitive, where new products are coming every day, it will be very, very difficult for the person to last longer. This is advice which I like to the new entrepreneurs who
That was
want to
a
do business.
holistic advice, and I think they should
Thank you.
benefit from it. Mr. Tripathi, thank you so much for sharing these insights with us today. I wish you all the very best for your future.
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank
so
you
much.
very much.
So that's all for today's episode of Kiska Brand Bachega, Marketing All Stars. We'll be back again next week.